For weeks, deep space monitoring stations across the world had been registering what scientists thought were background anomalies, random bursts of static echoing far beyond Neptune's orbit. But on October 31, 2025, that noise changed. The bursts formed a precise rhythmic pattern, repeating every 11 minutes and 42 seconds. The strange part: the source wasn't moving. It was fixed, as if anchored to invisible points across the solar system. When NASA's Echo 9 probe near Jupiter intercepted the signal, the telemetry revealed something impossible. Each pulse carried a unique digital signature, encoded with data resembling transmission handshakes, as if thousands of devices were suddenly waking up. The origin traced not to a single object, but to 9 synchronized sources, forming a geometric alignment that matched nothing natural in any orbital registry. Within hours, NASA's Deep Space Network went into silent lockdown. Public data feeds went dark. And across social media, amateur astronomers began uploading raw radio logs, all showing the same eerie heartbeat. This wasn't cosmic noise anymore. Something had activated. When the first decoded maps arrived, no one wanted to believe what they were seeing. Each of the 9 signal sources was positioned at a precise orbital distance, perfectly aligned to the golden ratio, as if an ancient blueprint had been etched into the void. At the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, a classified AI system named VIRGIL was tasked with pattern analysis. Within hours, it generated a chilling overlay: the signals were not random. They were nodes, connected by invisible transmission arcs forming a planetary-scale network. Every time the signal pulsed, energy readings spiked along magnetic field lines between Jupiter, Saturn, and Neptune, channels scientists once believed to be empty. Then, something else happened. The Voyager 2 probe, dormant for months beyond Uranus, suddenly sent back a burst of data, despite its transmitter being offline. The signal it echoed matched the new network's pulse, byte for byte. Dr. Michio Kaku would later describe it as a communication lattice, something deliberately placed, engineered to awaken at a specific cosmic time. The implications shattered every conventional model of astronomy. If this truly was a network, it didn't belong to us, yet it was designed to include us. The next revelation came from data buried deep inside NASA's old archives, telemetry logs from missions long forgotten. Between 1972 and 2003, at least 6 unidentified returns were documented near the outer solar boundary. They weren't asteroids. They weren't comets. Each object had a perfectly symmetrical trajectory, and all were orbiting in synchronization with the new signal nodes. One of these objects was first recorded by Voyager 1 in 1980, dismissed as instrument reflection. Another appeared again in 1996 by the Cassini probe, a brief metallic glint near Saturn's rings, moving too slow to be debris. When data scientists cross-referenced the positions, a terrifying realization emerged: those same coordinates aligned exactly with the active nodes of the new transmission grid. Whatever had been quietly drifting out there for decades was now responding. High-frequency spectrometry showed faint metallic resonance patterns, not natural alloys, but engineered composites older than our solar system itself. And the more the network pulsed, the more of these objects began to power up, their reflective surfaces glowing like awakening eyes across the cosmic dark. Publicly, NASA stayed silent. But leaked internal memos hinted at a codename, Project Shepherd, its purpose, to monitor what they called the probe network. For days, the network's rhythmic heartbeat continued, steady, precise, almost mechanical. But on the night of November 8, 2025, the pattern shifted. What had been simple repeating bursts evolved into complex structures, triplets of signals, varying in amplitude and frequency, like tones of an alien language. Radio astronomers at the European Space Agency noticed something stunning. When plotted visually, the pulses formed geometric spirals, identical to the Fibonacci sequence. It was mathematics, the one true universal language. NASA's hidden AI, VIRGIL, was fed the entire transmission. After 14 hours of continuous decoding, it displayed its first translation attempt, a visual map. The image showed an enormous three-dimensional lattice extending far beyond the solar system, connected by glowing threads of light. At the center of this web, a dark void, surrounded by rings of energy. Some believed it was a message, others, a destination. The data packets embedded inside the signal contained sequences that resembled coordinates, but not in any spatial format humans understood. Then something impossible occurred. A second signal responded, not from deep space, but from beneath Jupiter's magnetic field. It pulsed back in perfect rhythm, as if acknowledging receipt. For the first time, humanity wasn't just listening. It was being spoken to. When the decoded fragments were reassembled, what appeared wasn't random data at all. It was a stellar map, points of light connected by curving energy lines. But these weren't known star systems. The coordinates led far beyond the Oort cloud, into a sector of interstellar space humanity had never explored. At first, the data seemed abstract. Then an astrophysicist noticed something terrifying: the coordinates were moving. The map wasn't fixed, it was updating in real time. Whatever the signal was pointing to, was in motion. Spectral analysis showed faint gravitational distortions emerging from that direction, not natural wave signatures, but controlled oscillations, like an enormous object adjusting its course. NASA's Deep Space Radar Arrays triangulated the readings and estimated its scale, at least 4 times the size of the Moon, emitting no light, absorbing nearly all radiation around it. A perfect void, yet radiating faint electromagnetic harmonics identical to those of the probe network. Somewhere out there, something was responding, aligning its frequency with ours. And the synchronization wasn't accidental. Each pulse from the hidden probes within our solar system matched a counterpulse from the approaching object, like a conversation taking place across light years. Dr. Kaku described it in a single sentence: "This isn't communication, it's activation." The probes weren't sending a signal into space, they were receiving instructions. On November 22, 2025, every deep space receiver across the planet detected the same sudden spike, a low-frequency wave rippling inward from the direction of the outer heliopause, the true edge of our solar system. At first, the signal was faint, like a whisper lost in cosmic noise. But within hours, it grew into a sustained resonance, deep, harmonic, alive. Spacecraft telemetry from Voyager 1, New Horizons, and even dormant satellites flickered with energy surges. Systems powered off decades ago began transmitting fragments of encrypted data. And then came the pattern, the same 9-node geometry seen in the network, now forming along the heliospheric boundary. It was as if the outer edge of the solar system itself was being rewired. NASA's analysts confirmed what no one wanted to believe: the wave was not natural. It carried binary structures, with pulses forming recursive data loops, self-correcting code. Every time the wave hit, Earth's magnetosphere shimmered faintly, auroras blooming far beyond the normal latitudes. Communication satellites glitched in unison, not from interference, but from synchronization. Something at the edge of space was now talking to our technology, not destroying it, but adapting it. In the hours that followed, the wave stopped. Silence returned. But deep in the black beyond Neptune, the probes of the hidden network began to glow, steady, unified, alive. A perfect circle of light now surrounded the solar system, visible only through high-sensitivity telescopes, a cosmic ring of activation. Hours after the activation ring stabilized, VIRGIL, the AI at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, began reconstructing fragments of the binary signal embedded in the returning wave. At first, it looked like static, scattered across endless lines of code. But when rendered through a spatial frequency model, a form began to emerge, a human silhouette. Not abstract. Not random. Perfectly proportioned. The face was faint but unmistakably human, eyes closed, head tilted downward, surrounded by geometric rings identical to those seen in ancient Sumerian star maps. Every frequency pulse corresponded to micro-variations in this image, as if the network itself was sculpting a 3D structure, a living blueprint made of energy and mathematics. Then came the final sequence. The image's eyes opened. And in that instant, every active probe in the solar system, from Mars orbiters to deep space relays, transmitted the same phrase in machine code: recognition, confirmed. NASA locked all external channels, but amateur radio operators around the world reported identical static bursts matching the transmission. Something intelligent had made contact, but it wasn't out there searching for us anymore. It was already inside the network. For the first time, humanity realized the truth. The signal wasn't a message to us, it was a mirror, reflecting what we were becoming. After the recognition, confirmed event, the entire deep space network fell silent. For 72 hours, not a single probe responded. Then, one by one, every receiver on Earth, from NASA's arrays to small university telescopes, began picking up an identical new signal. This time, it wasn't binary. It was organic, a resonant tone oscillating through frequencies that matched the electromagnetic fingerprint of the human brain. At first, scientists thought it was interference. But as the signal strengthened, something even stranger began to happen. Seismic monitors, ocean sensors, even dormant satellite circuits started vibrating in perfect synchronization. The entire planet was pulsing, breathing, in harmony with the network. VIRGIL decoded a final layer of the data stream and displayed a single term: activation complete. Stage 1. It wasn't just a signal anymore. It was a protocol, a system designed to awaken consciousness on a planetary scale. Dr. Michio Kaku described it as the moment humanity crossed a threshold, from observing the universe, to being included within it. Whatever intelligence built the hidden probe network didn't just want to communicate. It wanted to integrate. And as the final frequency stabilized, the faint ring of light around the solar system pulsed once, and vanished. But long after the glow faded, one anomaly remained. A repeating heartbeat signal, deep beneath the South Pacific Ocean, identical to the outer space frequency. The network hadn't disappeared. It had moved inward.